Hi guys, welcome to Daddy and the Don. Today we're going to bring you our Wimbledon 4th round predictions in both the men and women's singles championships. We'll give you the winner of each tie, plus our predicted quarter-final lineups. Before we do that, just a reminder to please like, subscribe, share and comment on the videos. Thanks for watching and all your support. Enjoy the video guys. So starting with the men's draw, and top seed Carlos Alcaraz faces Italy's Matteo Berrettini. This will be a tough game for the world number one, as Berrettini is a very capable opponent, especially on grass, but I do expect the young Spaniard to come through a difficult game, 3-1. Grigor Dimitrov versus Holger Rune, and Dimitrov did very well to beat Tiafoe in the last round, but in most tournaments this seems to be about as far as he goes. Holger Rune is on fine form and overcame a very tough third round game himself. I expect the young Dane to carry that through and get over the line here. Should do it in 4 sets, 3-1. Daniil Medvedev versus Jiri Lehecka now, and Lehecka has done amazingly well, knocking out a couple of seeds on the way, but I think the road ends here for him. Medvedev I didn't fancy to do well in this tournament, but he's proved me wrong and he's going through the gears nicely, and I expect him maybe not to take it 3-0, but he'll definitely take it 3-1. Christopher Eubanks versus Stefanos Tsitsipas next, and I think there is a chance for Eubanks to cause an upset here if he can keep his big serve and keep it away from the Greeks' forehand. But that is easier said than done. I think this will go all the way, and I think Tsitsipas will come through this with another 3-2 victory. Moving on to the bottom half of the draw now, you have Yannick Sinner versus Daniel Galán. They've both played well in this tournament so far. Sinner, he is a different gravy altogether though, isn't he? They have met once in the past. It was in a Davis Cup game. He won that 2-0, and I expect a similar thing here. Straight sets victory. Galán's only chance is if he gets a tiebreaker to even get a set. But I'm going to say 3-0. Sinner advances here. Roman Safulin versus Denis Shapovalov, and they have met in the past before twice, with Shapovalov winning on both occasions. They've both had steady progress so far. Probably Safulin being slightly more impressive because of his lower rank, but Shapovalov has been going through the gears nicely, beating Liam Brody against the home crowd, and I think he'll see this game out in 4 sets, 3-1 victory to the Canadian. Andrei Rublev versus Alexander Bublik next, and both met in the final of Halle last week, with Bublik taking the title 2-1, although many people will argue that Rublev is actually the better player, higher ranked, and has won the most head-to-heads between the two. I would argue that Bublik is more suited to grass, has just beaten him, and he is in massive form. He could go far in this tournament. I expect him to come through this one in an epic 5-setter, 3-2. And Herbert Hurkacz versus Novak Djokovic. Novak does hold a 5-0 head-to-head in this one, and I do expect that to be extended to 6-0. I don't see Hurkacz getting a set, even though he is no mug. He'll put up a fight, but I think Novak is in great form at the moment and chasing Grand Slam number 24. He'll win this one in straight sets, 3-0. Taking a look at the women's draw now, and top seed Iga Swiatek is facing Switzerland's Belinda Bencic, and most people fancy her to go all the way in this tournament. She is the red hot favourite, and I can't see anything more than a 2-0 Swiatek victory. Victoria Azarenka versus Elina Svitolina next, and this could be a fiery one based on the nationality of both women involved. Azarenka has not lost to Svitolina, 5 straight victories, and I expect that to continue. It will be hard fought though, and she'll come through this one with a 2-1 victory. Jessica Pegula versus Lesia Sorenko next, and Sorenko has won the only previous meeting between the two, although it was before Pegula became a top 10 player. I fully expect the American to take this. She has had a good tournament and a good year in general. I think she'll take this one 2-1 and progress to the quarterfinals. Marketa Vondrousova versus Marie Boskova now, and although Boskova has a higher ranking, it's actually Vondrousova that's won their 2 previous meetings, so I think that'll be a big advantage for her and could be the difference in this game. I'm going to say that Vondrousova takes this with a 2-0 victory and advances to the quarterfinals. Ons Jabeur versus Petra Kvitova, and although Kvitova is enjoying somewhat of a renaissance in her career, I do think the Tunisian is just going to be too strong and powerful and will overcome her with a 2-1 win. That's 2-1 win to Jabeur. Beatrice Haddad-Maia versus Elena Rybakina next, and although Haddad-Maia holds a 2-0 career head-to-head record, I do feel that the defending champion will overcome this and progress to the quarterfinals with a 2-love victory. Madison Keys versus Anastasia Potapova next, and I do think Madison Keys will be too strong, especially on grass. The young Russian will put up a good fight, but I think she'll be overcome in a 2-1 victory for the American Madison Keys. Ekaterina Alexandrova versus Arina Sabalenka next, and the young Belarusian is going very well in this tournament. Always a heavy favourite wherever she plays. So strong, so powerful, and I think she'll use that strength to dominate her opponent in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Sabalenka. So based on those results, here is how I have both sets of quarterfinals looking. So in the men's draw, we have Alcaraz versus Rune, Medvedev versus Tsitsipas, Sinner versus Shapovalov, Bublik versus Djokovic. And on the women's draw, we have Swiatek versus Azarenka, Pegula versus Vondrousova, Jabeur versus Rybakina, and Keys versus Sabalenka. So that was my prediction for round 4 of Wimbledon in both the men's and women's draws. As always, we welcome your feedback. So if you think differently to anything we've said today, please pop it in the comments box and we will answer as many as we can. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys.